Hello guys, welcome to my channel where we make videos that cover everything that you need to know about medical doctors and medical students. Today, this video will talk about a very sad reality, which is why Nigeria may never be able to meet up with the WHO recommendation for doctors per patient ratio. The WHO recommends at least one doctor per 1,000 people, and the sad reality is that Nigeria still falls at about 0.4 doctors per 1,000 people. That means that about 4 doctors handle or cover the health need of 10,000 people. If you're going to break it down to one doctor, it means that one doctor covers the health need of about 2,500 people. That's about an extra 150% compared to the minimum requirement. Some other countries are having as high as 5 or 6 per 1,000 patients, and here we're lagging behind. In this video, I'll give 2 major factors to explain why this wouldn't happen. And the first is the tertiary institutions in Nigeria are not producing enough doctors to meet the health need. And the second reason is that many of the produced Nigerian doctors are actually leaving Nigeria to go somewhere else to practice. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe by hitting on the subscribe button and then click on the notification bell so you don't miss my videos, which I drop every Saturday by 7 a.m. In case you don't know, Nigeria is among the top 10 most populous countries in the world. It is currently sitting at 7, with the first being China, then India, and then the United States. Based on the WHO's projection, Nigeria by 2050 should have overtaken US to become the 3rd most populous nation. This means that Nigeria has the fastest growth rate compared to all the countries in the world. And another fact is this: Nigeria is the most populous black nation in the world. The second most populous black nation in the world isn't even in Africa, it's Brazil. Then the 3rd most populous is now in Africa, and that is nearly half or around half of Nigeria's current population. Scary, right? Nigeria has about 42 tertiary or medical schools around the country. And of the 42, 17 are federal institutions, 18 are state institutions, and then 7 are private institutions. So there's no clear data, there's no data that covers the exact amount of graduates being produced, but based on rough estimates, Nigeria, these 42 institutions produce about 500, about 500 graduates, medical graduates every year. As it stands, we don't even have enough doctors for now to handle the current population, and the population is increasing at an alarming rate, and we are not going to be able to produce enough to handle this increase. So that means that it's bad as it is, but this isn't even as scary as the second reason. The second reason is that a lot of Nigerian doctors are exiting the country to practice abroad. So the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria claims to have registered about 80,000 doctors generally in its database, but as it stands, only around 35,000 doctors are practicing in the country. So the 45,000 doctors that are not practicing currently are either those who have traveled to practice abroad, which accounts for the significant number of those 45,000, and then a very few number that have stopped practicing to do something else. Scary, right? As it stands, based on statistics, Nigeria needs nearly about 237,000 doctors to be able to meet the health demands of the Nigerian population. But the total number of doctors that have been registered ever in the MDCN, that's in the MDCN, is about 80,000. That means that we've just produced roughly about a quarter of that number generally. But then this number keeps dwindling. Statistics have shown that about 2,000 doctors exit Nigeria annually to practice abroad. And these numbers are increasing at a very alarming rate. Trust me, Nigerian doctors are in high demand abroad because we actually are good. We are good. We are good. We just need to adapt a bit and then we are good. I remember when I was discussing with a friend that was abroad before I left, I was asking him that, I am scared, I'm very scared. What if I come over here? How am I going to cope? There was an article that captured a story in which the UK recruited about 353 doctors, Nigerian doctors, within 100 days. There was also another news that covered that between 2016 to 2018, that was 2 years, Nigeria lost about 9,000 medical doctors to countries like the UK, Canada. That's very disturbing. There are over 3,800 licensed physicians in the United States, and there are over 8,000 licensed practicing doctors in the United Kingdom. We're not talking about other countries. Most of the doctors currently in Nigeria are even there because they cannot afford to live, because living to practice abroad is quite expensive. You have to write exams which are quite expensive. So due to financial reasons, a lot cannot live. If I usually use this analogy, if you were to give each Nigerian doctor about 5 million naira, wow, you might not find, you'll just find a few doctors left in Nigeria because most of them will use that to sponsor their movement abroad. Then a few others, usually the older doctors, stay back because they have a lot in Nigeria and they cannot leave. I was talking with a senior colleague one time that told me that he would have left, but unfortunately he has a lot in Nigeria that he cannot just stand up and leave. He had the opportunity to leave right from time, but he was one of those that believed that Nigeria was going to be better. If he only knew that this was how things were going to be, he would have gone a long time ago. Some few years back, I was talking with a senior colleague, he's a consultant, and he shared with us something. He said that by the time they finished medical school in the 80s, they had opportunities to just move abroad. You get, many countries were offering them scholarships, many countries were giving them job opportunities. But then he decided to stay back because he was being trained by the Nigerian government. And because of that, he felt it was unfair of him to just be trained by another country and then go to work for another country. But for people like us that we trained ourselves, we paid our fees, we took care of ourselves, that we really hold no obligation. We don't have any reason to stay. If we have the opportunity to go, we should go. And that's the harsh truth. Now let's quickly run through some of the reasons why this is so, why a lot of doctors are leaving Nigeria to work abroad. The first is, it's getting increasingly more difficult to secure jobs as a medical doctor in Nigeria. Now, get this, the best place to work as a medical doctor is with a government institution, government hospital. And it's better if it's a federal government hospital because most federal government institutions do better than the state institutions. Some of the state institutions are terrible. They're terrible. You just walk, you are like a donkey over there. And how many federal institutions are there compared to the number of doctors that are looking for jobs? So most are forced to go and work with private institutions. Tips, please just go and ask any doctor working in the private institutions how it is. It's not a good experience. I had worked in the private institutions and God, it's not good. So when you have the opportunity to just go somewhere that you're going to make it, why not take it? So these federal and state government institutions are not as much, and they don't even take as often as they do. You get, so there are a lot of doctors that are unemployed. They're just doing some jobs to be able to put body and soul together. There's really job scarcity for doctors in Nigeria. The second reason is pay. Contrary to what you believe, doctors are not rich, especially Nigerian doctors. They are not rich at all. The pay is not what you think it is. And it's even further complicated by the fact that a lot of us are breadwinners of our homes too. So from the little money we're getting, which might seem big compared to an average civil servant, but if you look at the training we go through and the kind of jobs, the efforts we make, we actually deserve more than we get. It's not being selfish. Many people wouldn't understand this, but I'll address this further. Again, the pay is not encouraging. When you go, like when I left Nigeria and started working, by the time I received my first salary abroad, I made about 4 times what would I have made in Nigeria, and that is scary. Yet you see something and you're like, wow. So if someone has the opportunity to live somewhere that he will make as much money quickly, because he has to put body and soul together. He has needs to take care of. I have needs. I have my family. I have my extended family to also take care of. I have other responsibilities. And then I find out that I cannot take care of them. It's really sad for me. So yes, a lot of doctors, when they have the opportunity, they would leave to where they are better paid, they are better offers. Yes. The third reason will be doctors feel they are not really appreciated in Nigeria, and that's the harsh truth. Okay, we're not appreciated. I remember when a past minister made this comment, Minister of Health, who is a doctor, said that the person that sold his clothes that is wearing is a medical doctor. Doctors can go into farming and the rest because there isn't enough job for residency. And it's true. That's what I'm saying. It's true. Okay. So if the Honorable Minister, former Honorable Minister of Health, would see us in that light, imagine what the other masses are saying. Patients can come in at any time and assault doctors, and little is being done, if nothing. The former institution I worked, the doctor had been assaulted physically by a patient, and I don't think anything really happened per se. And this is not as if the person that assaulted the doctor was someone from on high that you would say politics and the rest. Little is being done. So doctors are not safe. Patients assault you, your superiors assault you. We're not even talking about the friction between other health workers, doctors and other health workers. But when you leave to outside the country, you discover that things are not that way. Oh yes, definitely there are issues of patient harassment and the rest, but it's not as bad as in your country. And it's sad that despite the fact that a lot of us might face racism and some other things, it's mild compared to what we face in our own homes. Trust me, a lot of doctors, if Nigerian condition was better, a lot of doctors wouldn't mind returning to Nigeria, because there's still a lot of things about Nigeria we miss. But sadly, it's worse. You're going to choose this like a decision. It's like choosing between bad and worse, and you just decide to stay in the bad. But then no, here abroad is actually way better than it is in Nigeria. Then the fourth and last reason for now is that a lot of us move out to be able to secure our future. We make progress, that's the truth, we make progress. Nigeria is degrading. We're using old technologies, old gadgets to be able to facilitate some things. You see some equipment, medical equipment that are being used, archaic. Again, it's just a few centers that still have up-to-date stuff. Abroad, you're able to work, you're able to advance yourself easily. So in terms of developing yourself quickly as a medical doctor and being recent, trending, following the current trend in medicine, you have a better chance abroad than in your country. Then another thing is to also secure your children's future. Let's say the truth. The way Nigeria is going, everything is about connection now. Again. So it's becoming increasingly difficult for a commoner to make it in life. So for the children, most people that move abroad, it's If you ask, it's for their children that they are moving abroad. And that's it. Nobody cares who is who. So far as you're doing well, you just stand the chance of going as far as you can in life. You may not be able to afford the private schools, but then the public schools are okay. They offer way more than the private schools in Nigeria would have. But then you secure your future. So a lot will just get the opportunity to secure the future of their children. So enough of the rants. And I think one of the ways to be able to stop this and to help, especially in terms of these two broad reasons as to why Nigeria needs to do better, is that first we have to encourage and we have to fund the tertiary institutions to be able to take in more medical students. I think building more schools is going to help to a large extent, and then up the facilities so that many schools will be able to graduate way more medical students than they currently do. I think there are usually quotas for, it's not that I think, there are usually quotas for different institutions. Some are allowed to graduate higher number of medical students, while some are restricted to a certain number. So if we're able to up this, if there are improvements, there are supports, there are upgrades to the tertiary institutions, there will be more medical students being accepted and trained and being released. So that one is necessary. Then for the second reason, which is about a lot of Nigerians living, there's something that is in the Bible that says a prophet is with honor except in his hometown. And that's what is happening. When you see the love that the foreigners tend to have for Nigerian doctors, and you now think about how Nigeria, the Nigerian people and the Nigerian government really have little of that love for its own medical doctors. It's sad. I think we need to really start appreciating what the Nigerian medical doctors are doing. And I'm not just speaking for doctors, I'm speaking for nurses. Nurses even experience way more aggression and disservice than we even do myself. And other health workers, lab workers. You get, many people think that abroad is way better, the hospital service. Actually they are, but the money you spend, you don't just walk into the hospital compared to the Nigerian hospital. You can even walk to the tertiary institution without an appointment and be seen. Over there you cannot, you must book an appointment. So we tend to have a lot of things in Nigeria, a lot of services in Nigeria that we ignore till you come outside first. When you come outside, a lot of you that are shouting that these are things, I am not, yes, everybody is with fault. We're not perfect, but then we need to start appreciating our own. And to a large extent, if we're able to do that, reform many of these health policies and be able to make the healthcare environment way more conducive for health workers, this will help to a large extent. With this, I think it will really tackle these problems, because quite a lot of Nigerians will tell you that they miss Nigeria. There are some things about Nigeria that seriously cannot be replicated elsewhere, especially if you're in very conservative countries. You would boredom, depression, and the rest will kill you. But what do you have to do when you compare where you are and what you had at home? You just stay and manage this one. So I really believe that if the healthcare institution in Nigeria is being improved, a lot of Nigerian health workers would want to come back to Nigeria. So if we're able to do this, secure Nigeria, and then I think we'll be fine altogether. We would start reversing the tides. So what do you think about this? If you have any comment, any reservation, any contradiction, if you have any addition, please comment. And please, if you've not subscribed, do so by clicking on the subscribe button and hit on the notification bell so you don't miss my new videos. Thank you.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts. I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth. Can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about. Have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round. I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.